welcome to the Fancy Thinkers. Time again for another off-the-cuff review type of thing. Just a couple of quick little reviews to just put something out there for stuff I just finished recently. One was today, actually. Um, and both of these reviews are presented by my son to me because he let me borrow one of them and he bought another one for me for my birthday last month. So, thank you, Marcus. All right. So he let me borrow this book here, or he urged me to read it, and that is called Exiles by Mason Coile. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. It's actually a pseudonym for Andrew Piper, and so he's a known writer. He gets this is published by Penguin House, and and so this is a sci-fi novel about a mission to Mars, and this is it was pretty. It's a short little novel, about 200 pages, and it was very interesting because you have three people going to Mars, and there's it was already preceded, or this mission was preceded by a robot mission that went to Mars. So the robots were supposed to set everything up, and then the people arrive and live, and then report back, right? And so this takes place in some kind of future here. It's not definitely nothing that could have been done today, but it's very ambiguous about how far into the future this is, which is fine, which is good. I like that, but so it starts to explore, of course, human nature and what it means to be sent on this mission where you really have no hope of ever coming back. You know, what kind of psychological person training would somebody need to take on that kind of a mission? What kind of a person who's generally a loner, they would have to be that kind of person to get there. And so the story is told in first person, and it's told from the viewpoint of this old female astronaut that's going into this mission. And I forget her name, Dana Gold, I think is her name. But so she's telling us this tale as we get there. Of course, that's a setup. Of course, to be a good narrative, everything goes wrong, right? um, so, while the book started out a bit clunky, I gotta say, as far as some of the setup and the prose and the setup, I found it to be a little repetitive, with some of the points he was making in the beginning of how the robots would have to be there to set up the thing, and then he would repeat that like over and over again in a few paragraphs in a row. And I was just like, okay, I got it. You don't have to tell me that again and again. But once they actually got there, to Red Planet, things took off fast, and it was quick, exciting. The tension was palpable. You could really feel it throughout the whole thing. Our narrator seems to have bore down and given us the facts straight, and really dug into the events as if they were being reported back, but they weren't. And she also gets into, there's also some existential crises going on here. She gets into, why are we here? What awaits the end of our service time? What kind of intelligence beyond the further edges of the darkness are there? And stuff like that. And we get into her motivations further for wanting to do this mission. We get into her history with her some tragic stuff about her mother and stuff, and stuff like you want to believe there are rules about what people will and won't do. but part of you knows there aren't. So, a little bit of philosophical reflection like that, um, and the fact that no life has ever been lived where the uh, the word "stop" hasn't been prayed, cried, or begged for at some point. Um, so pertinent stuff as far as character building goes for our narrating character. And the story, like I said, moved along. Once it got to Mars, it moved along very quickly, fast paced, very exciting. And I think if that's what you're looking for in a book, then you're definitely going to want to pick this up. Um, and for me, the ending, I don't know. I think the ending of this book would depend whether it fits with you or not. Would depend on what you're looking for from a first-person narrative, and so you have to keep that in mind when you pick this up. And it's hard to explain that really without giving anything away, but you have to be prepared to, um, you know that a first person narrative can only end one or two ways. And so uh, just keep that in mind as you pick that book up. But a fast, entertaining read it is. All right. So for my next book, this is a graphic novel, uh, Batman Damned. Look at the size of this thing. It's pretty big. Not hefty. It's not like long or anything, but what's amazing about this book is the fully painted artwork by Lee Bermejo. I mean, look at that. Woo! That is just spectacularly awesome. Yeah, you're not going to get a better looking book out there. Um, so, wow. You can just go through this book and just look at it and be amazed by the pictures. But as far as the story goes, we have a story about Batman once again, that where the story is delving into the psyche of Batman because of the incident in his childhood. Once again, it goes, this territory has been trodden over so many times. It's unbelievable. But what Azzarello is trying to do different here is he's putting a little mystical aspect into it. There is magic in the DC universe, and so he's bringing that angle to it. And so because of that, we have characters in here like John Constantine and Swamp Thing. So he's bringing that DC horror angle into Batman the story. And with a name like Damned, you kind of expect that. It's not a surprise that that angle is brought into this universe. And so the exploration of Batman's psyche in here is through that mystical angle and his relation to you know to a bat and what have you. And so it goes back and forth. We get a few more of those flashbacks, the famous crime alley flashbacks, told from a slightly different perspective. And we also have a story of somebody terrorizing Gotham once again, because you can't have a week off without somebody terrorizing Gotham, right? So, but if you like gorgeous, fully painted artwork, this is definitely a book for you. The price is pretty steep because it's hardcover, but it make a great gift for the upcoming holidays, right? All right. With all that said, those are my 2 off-the-cuff reviews for this week, and hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe if you did. As always, be good to each other.